Greetings and peace to all of you. I'm Bishop Zaidan from the Maronite Eparchy of Our Lady of Lebanon. Today I'd like to talk to you a little bit about the purpose and importance of marriage and life. You know, there is so many different definitions of marriage. Marriage started first as a physical union, biological one, natural one. Any time men and women that encounter physically and they may exchange love, they would become married. And this is the way it was in the beginning. Society raised it to a legal contract, a legal binding. That's why we go and ask for a license these days. And the two that will exchange some type of commitment toward each other. However, with Christ, this became a sacrament. This beautiful union between man and woman is raised to the level of sacrament. And sacrament, by attending the wedding at Cana of Galilee, Christ intended to bring that special grace of marriage, his presence, into the life of the couple, of the man and woman. And it's now from natural union to legal union, legal commitment, and now it's sacrament, where Christ is the one who blesses the vows of husband and wife. And the marriage becomes an institution because the couple, they form a family, and that family is open, to have life, to participate in the creation, procreation with the Lord, and also to commit to love each other forever and ever. In church perspective, we call about the family is the domestic church. However, before we get to the sacrament itself, I always see there is a road to that day itself. We talk about dating, we talk about getting to know each other, and this is what we call the road to marriage. First, we need to meet, and there is different ways. Sometimes we meet and get to know each other. And during the time after there is dating and engagement, it's the time for discernment, for just discussing how life is going to be together, getting to know each other a little bit more, and hopefully love each other deeper and stronger along the way as well. Always they say it takes two to tango, and this is the time to really start getting closer, knowing what the other stands in different topics, and see if your heart and your mind is comfortable with the person you like to share the rest of your life with. And from that perspective, you start to appreciate each other more, and you start to really make plans and dreams for a better future, for a future where the two together can make a difference in the life of each other. This is the plan and the road to marriage itself. Now, why wedding is important? The wedding is just that beginning of the journey. And we always say, from church perspective, make something special about the wedding. Don't just make it on venue somewhere outside. There is special importance of wedding in the church. You feel the commitment, you feel the presence of God in unique way, the presence of the community who's going to be there, the solemnity of the sacrament itself, and the commitment. I say, I do. Do you want to have this one as your husband? I do. Do you want to have this lady as your wife? I do. That exchange of I do, that the exchange of vows, really is the beginning of a special journey together. And you do it in front of God, in front of the community, in front of the church. God is present. The church in the person of the priest is there to bless your wedding, and the community was there and represented by best man, maid of honor, the groomsmen, bridesmaids, and everybody else that coming. And hopefully each one wishing you happy and blessed marriage as well. And in our tradition, you come separately, in some ways, like we come from our own separate lives, but the minute to the church, but when you come out joining hands, which means now the beginning of our journey together. And there is no one shall separate what God has joined, the gospel said. And this is, I hope all of us, we give that sacrament a proper dignity in many, many ways. Now, once you're married, it doesn't end. Oftentimes, my experience with couples, I think when they are married, they feel this is the end of their effort, this is the end of their journey, this is the happiest day. But later on, we find this is becomes the beginning of downhill. Always when I used to prepare couple, I used to tell them, I hope you, when you see me 30 years from now, 40 years from now, if you live, you tell me, oh, we love each other a lot more than the day of our wedding. What does it take to have that strong marriage? There are foundations. The first foundation we always talk about love, what we call in its various degrees, if I want, and steps. The first step of love and degree is to really accept each other, accept we are different, accept we're two different people who have our own personality, and nothing wrong with that. Second, we come to the understand, not just accepting. I need to understand the other person. I need to get to know him and her in a better way. The third thing, I need to respect. Respect the differences, respect of opinions, of hearts, of gestures, of different things, of what he likes, she likes, whatever. And come to love the person the way he or she is. Accept them, understand them, respect them, and love them. And once you love the person, you keep loving and loving and loving without keeping score. Even when you forgive somebody, you forgive out of love without even thinking about it twice again. The second foundation of a good, happy marriage is communication. Oftentimes, we doesn't communicate properly, and there is different ways of communication. Communication is not my way, his way, her way, is our way together. We communicate to get to know each other better, to come to common understanding. And this is the way we talk about communication from that perspective. There is so many ways of communication. I hope our communication won't be a lecture and won't be received by silent treatment. And we're not here as salespeople to communicate to prove to the other person we're right. We're here communicating to find what's the best solution for us. What's the best way for us to get to address an issue, a problem, a situation, and this is the way to go about it. And we communicate in different ways, by little gestures, verbally, by writing. Just express your feeling and your opinion and your desire and your dreams to the other person. An important foundation, often we neglect prayer. There is the famous saying, the family that prays together stays together. In life, we run and we like to manage our lives that God is not present. Make him always part of your life. Pray together. Because as much as you know each other, as much as you know yourself, God knows us better than anyone else. And he knows what we really stand for and what's our feeling about. And he could be the best teacher in the school of love. And the other foundation, the fourth foundation, is like, you have a house you're building, you want to build your family, what we call sharing and sacrifice. There is nothing perfect on this earth. We tried and we walk and we journey toward perfection. But we're going to have some difficult times as well. We're going to have some challenges as well. Let's learn that we need to walk the Golgotha, the way to Golgotha, so that we could celebrate Easter. And there is in our marriage life, there will be difficulties, there will be challenges, there will be sometimes they won't be as easy. It doesn't mean that the marriage is bad. It doesn't mean that our life is a hell. No. That means maybe it's time to work and accept and share and sacrifice a little more. Remember what the gospel, and the two shall become one. We share everything with each other. And in life, always we say, give and take without keeping score. I hope and I wish all couples, as they walk that journey, and anyone who's planning to enter that journey of marriage and family life, to realize there is a lot of joy, and to really model your life after the Holy Family of Mary, Joseph, and Jesus, so that we realize that mother, father, and child, how we live our life accordingly. And all of us are called to be holy as God is holy. May you have a wonderful, happy married life, and you live that vocation to be married in every way. God bless.